The great hall of the Galactic Council was silent as Kyle Dawson stepped forward. He was a tall man, his face stern, his eyes sharp. Around him, the leaders of the alien empires watched with cold amusement. They saw humans as weak, as nothing more than insects buzzing at the edge of the galaxy. For years, Earth had sent messages, pleading for peace, warning against war. But the aliens had ignored them. They had taken human colonies, enslaved human peoples, and laughed when Earth protested. Now, Kyle stood before them, his voice steady but firm. "You have pushed us too far," he said. "We do not want war, but if you force us, there will be no mercy." The chamber erupted in laughter. The Velnar, a proud warrior race, sneered. "Your threats mean nothing," their leader growled. "Your kind are weak. You will fall like all the others." The Zarathi, with their glowing eyes and silver skin, leaned forward. "Surrender now," they hissed, "or be destroyed." Kyle did not flinch. He had seen the reports, the weapons Earth had built in secret. He knew what humanity was capable of. But the Council did not. "Very well," Kyle said quietly. "You have chosen war. Do not say we did not warn you." With that, he turned and walked out. The aliens laughed again, already planning their attack. They would strike Earth's outer colonies first, crush their defenses, and then take their homeworld. It would be easy, they thought. But they were wrong. As Kyle boarded his ship, his aide, Lieutenant Maria Ruiz, looked at him with concern. "Did they listen?" she asked. Kyle shook his head. "No, they never do." The ship's engines hummed as it lifted off. Behind them, the Galactic Council continued their celebrations, unaware of the storm they had just unleashed. Humanity had warned them. Now they would learn why that was a mistake. The alien fleets moved like shadows through the void, their ships sleek and deadly. They had come to the human colony of New Horizon, expecting no resistance. The Velnar commander grinned as he gave the order to attack. This would be quick. The humans would beg for mercy before the day was over. But as the first alien fighters dove toward the colony, something unexpected happened. Hidden among the asteroids, human warships powered up. Their hulls, coated in stealth tech, shimmered into view. The alien scanners had missed them completely. Commander Lisa Carter sat in the captain's chair of the battleship Iron Will, her fingers tapping the armrest. She had waited a long time for this moment. "Open fire," she said. The human ships unleashed hell. Railguns roared, missiles streaked through space, and the alien vanguard exploded in flames. The Velnar commander's grin vanished. This wasn't a weak enemy. This was a trap. Panic spread through the alien ranks. Their shields flickered under the brutal assault. Ships that had never known defeat now burned in the darkness. On the surface of New Horizon, civilians watched the sky light up with explosions. A young boy tugged at his mother's sleeve. "Are we losing?" he asked. She smiled. "No, they are." Back in space, the aliens tried to regroup, but it was too late. Human fighters swarmed them, cutting through their formations like knives. The Velnar commander screamed orders, but his ship shuddered as a plasma torpedo ripped through its hull. Lisa watched as the alien flagship cracked apart. She opened a channel to the remaining enemy ships. "You were warned," she said. "This is just the beginning." The surviving aliens turned and fled, their arrogance shattered. On Earth, the news spread fast. The first battle had been won. But everyone knew The real war was just starting. The alien high command refused to believe the reports. Their mighty fleet defeated by humans? Impossible. They sent more ships, bigger ships, determined to crush Earth's defiance. They didn't understand what they were facing. Deep beneath a Martian research base, Dr. Greg Hudson stood before his life's work, a weapon unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. The scientists called it hellfire. The soldiers called it salvation. "It bends space itself," Greg explained to General Dan Harris, who watched with cold approval. "One shot can tear a fleet apart." The general nodded. "Then let's show them what happens when you push humanity too far." In the Outer Rim, the alien armada gathered, confident this time. Their commander, a brutal Zarathi warlord, broadcast a message across human frequencies. "Lay down your weapons, or we will burn your worlds to ash." Earth's response was simple. A single ship, the Stormbringer, jumped into the heart of the alien formation. The aliens laughed, until the Stormbringer fired. Space twisted. Reality screamed. A pulse of dark energy ripped outward, and where it touched, alien ships simply unraveled. Holes cracked like glass, engines collapsed into nothing, and the mighty armada became scrap metal drifting in the void. The Zarathi warlord's ship was the last to die. As his bridge collapsed around him, he saw the Stormbringer turning toward him, its weapons glowing. The last thing he heard was the human captain's voice over the comm. "You should have listened." Across the galaxy, panic spread. The races that had mocked Earth now trembled. The humans weren't just fighting back, they were winning. And they were angrier than anyone had imagined. In the ruins of the alien fleet, the Stormbringer powered up its engines. This was only the beginning. Hell had arrived, and humanity was just getting started. The alien homeworlds had never known fear. For centuries, they had ruled the galaxy, crushing weaker species under their boots. Now, their cities burned. Human warships filled their skies. The great towers of the Velnar capital cracked under orbital bombardment. The shimmering crystal cities of the Zarathi melted under plasma fire. The aliens had thought themselves invincible. They were wrong. Sergeant Mia Brooks marched through the ruins of a Velnar stronghold, her rifle ready. Around her, human soldiers cleared the streets. The aliens had fought hard, but they couldn't match human fury. A wounded Velnar officer dragged himself from the rubble, his armor broken. "Mercy," he gasped. Mia looked down at him. "You showed us none." Her rifle fired once. In space, Admiral Ryan Pierce watched the destruction from the bridge of his flagship. The alien fleets were broken, their armies shattered. Some begged for peace now, but it was too late. "Orders, sir?" his lieutenant asked. Ryan didn't hesitate. "Burn their shipyards, cripple their war machines, leave them nothing." The humans had warned the galaxy. They had begged for peace. Now, they took their revenge. On the Zarathi homeworld, a group of elders knelt before Captain Eric Stone. "Please," one whispered, "we surrender." Eric holstered his pistol. Surrender isn't enough. The aliens finally understood. Humanity wasn't just winning the war. They were rewriting the rules. And the galaxy would never forget. The first cracks appeared in the alien alliance. Some races had seen enough bloodshed. Others feared what would happen if the humans came for them next. A lone Zarathi ship approached the human fleet, its weapons powered down. Inside, the defector, Varys, waited nervously. He had been a high-ranking officer, but now he carried secrets, secrets that could end the war. Lieutenant Nicole Grant met him in the docking bay, her hand resting on her sidearm. "Why betray your own people?" she asked. Varys looked tired. "Because I saw what your kind can do, and I know what my leaders are hiding." He told her about the Council's last stronghold, a hidden base where they were building a superweapon. If completed, it could destroy entire planets. Nicole didn't hesitate. She called General Dan Harris. "We need to hit them now before it's too late." That night, a special forces team boarded stealth ships. Their mission was simple: infiltrate the base and destroy the weapon. Sergeant Jake Carter led the team, his face grim under his helmet. "This is it," he told his squad. "We end this today." The aliens never saw them coming. Human commandos slipped past security, planting explosives at key points. Alarms blared too late as the charges detonated, collapsing the base in a fireball that lit up the night sky. On the bridge of his flagship, Admiral Ryan Pierce received the message: "Target destroyed." For the first time in months, he smiled. The Alien Council was crumbling. Some members fled, others surrendered. The war wasn't over yet, but the tide had turned. Humanity had been pushed to the edge. Now they were pushing back, and nothing in the galaxy would ever be the same. The last remnants of the Galactic Council gathered in their hidden bunker deep beneath the ruins of their capital. Their once proud faces now showed only fear. The human fleet surrounded their world. There was no escape. On the surface, General Dan Harris stood watching as his troops secured the area. The alien defenses had fallen quickly, too quickly. He knew this was the end. A transmission came through from the bunker. The council leader's voice shook as he spoke. We surrender. Please, show mercy." Harris didn't answer immediately. He looked at the burning skyline, remembering all the human worlds that had burned because of these creatures. "You had your chance for mercy, years ago, when we warned you." Inside the bunker, the aliens looked at each other in terror. They had never imagined humans could be this ruthless. Captain Laura Mendez approached Harris. "Orders, sir?" "Bring them out. Let them see what their arrogance has done." Soldiers dragged the council members into the daylight. The aliens flinched at the destruction surrounding them. Their great buildings reduced to rubble, their mighty warships now just scrap metal. A young human private spat on the ground as they passed. "Burn in hell," he muttered. The council leader fell to his knees. What will happen to us now?" Harris looked down at him, his face cold. "You'll stand trial. For every life you took. For every world you destroyed." As the aliens were led away in chains, the human soldiers watched in silence. There was no cheering, no celebration, just the quiet understanding that justice had finally come. Somewhere above them, a human battleship moved into orbit, its guns still warm. The war was over, but the galaxy would never forget this day. The war ended quietly. No grand ceremony, no triumphant speeches. The last alien strongholds surrendered, their weapons silenced forever. Human ships now patrolled the trade routes, their presence a constant reminder of what happened to those who threatened Earth. On Mars, workers rebuilt the damaged colonies. Children played in streets that had been battlefields just months before. An old veteran watched them, his face scarred from combat. He smiled faintly. This was why they had fought. In the halls of the new Galactic Council, Ambassador Kyle Dawson stood before representatives from dozens of species. The room was silent. No one dared interrupt a human now. "The rules are simple," Kyle said. "You will disarm, you will make reparations, and you will never test us again." No one argued. Out near the border,
Captain Lisa Carter scanned the stars from her ship's bridge. The crew was relaxed but alert. The war might be over, but humanity would never let its guard down again. "Contact," her sensor officer called out. "Unknown vessel approaching." Lisa tensed, then recognized the design. It was one of the smaller alien races, one that had stayed neutral during the conflict. The transmission came through. "We come in peace," the alien captain said. We brought gifts to show our respect." Lisa almost laughed. Respect. That's all it had taken. Not begging, not diplomacy, just showing the galaxy what happened when you pushed humanity too far. "Welcome to United Earth Space. Follow protocol and you'll be treated fairly." As the alien ship moved into position, Lisa looked at the star map. So much had changed. So much would never be the same. Humanity had been tested. Humanity had won. And the galaxy would remember forever.